Hello, this is Shar Houston Weaves coming to you to talk about something that is an issue with a lot of newcomer extension wearers. I had two people today actually calling me, telling me about their previous weaving experiences, and I guess I'm just doing a video because I guess it's an issue for a lot of people who are looking to wear extensions. The lady tells me, oh yeah, the last lady, I don't know, I just had to cut my hair because I was trying to take it down and there was thread, there was hair, there was gunk, and I just ended up cutting out my hair. I want to know, I guess, how many of you guys are getting extensions, do not use nets. So if you don't, leave comments below and let me know why. But for me, at Houston Weaves, nets are mandatory. Until you've had one, until you've experienced it the correct way, you won't understand. I will never sew my hair in without a net, and here's partially my reasoning for that. For those of you stylists who are out there creating some braid maze and then going behind that and taking all these loose ends, bunching them up, and then sewing it in with thread, cotton thread that is, I just would like to seriously reach out to you and tell you to stop that. Not, being funny, no jokes or anything like that, but you're causing way more damage than necessary. First of all, you have all these loose ends and you're just gathering them up. That gathering is creating this big lump thingy on the back of people's heads that they can't sleep on at night. So that's first of all, you're creating indentations in their scalp. Second of all, you're using cotton thread. Cotton thread, as I've told you multiple times before, sucks the moisture out of your hair. You do not use anything that you get in the beauty supply for 99 cents. I'm telling you that right now. Anything. Okay? If it's 99 cents, it should be a sample. The sample size stuff. You don't go purchase those things and use them. You want to use nylon thread. It's the new thing. It's right, because nylon is going to keep your sewing in very tight without sucking all the moisture out of your head. And when you go to wash that sewing insulation, you don't have to worry about it falling apart. So you don't have to go behind some braids that are the base of the hairstyle and add tons of thread. You don't want to do that. So that's the number one thing, the first issue with that. Second issue is when you go to get these sew-ins, ladies, I know it's 2011, we've been programmed and taught that, don't use grease, that's old school. But when you're going to have your hair up in braids for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you need to make sure that that hair is nourished. You have to make sure that the stylist you're going to did not run out of products and is just using her neighbor's clarifying shampoo to shampoo your hair. Throw some 99 cents conditioner in it and throw it into some braids dry. There's so many things wrong with that. If your stylist takes you straight from shampooing to blow drying with a hard brush and comb with no heat protectant in it, there's something wrong with that. People always ask me, why do you charge so high? I feel like I charge the appropriate amount because when you come to Houston Weaves, I'm going to educate you on how to make sure you have hair when you take this style down. None of my clients leave here bald. None of my clients leave here with less hair than they came with. That's just not an option. And if you do, you need to see a dermatologist. It is not something that we are doing here. We have a serious, strict routine that we stick to when we're doing a client's head. And I have different greases. I have, Design Essential Therapeutic, Dry Itchy Scalp, different things that I use per my client's request. But that takes you too as a client to say, hey, I know my hair, I've been working with this hair and paying attention to this hair for 32 years, I need this. Or if you put this hair up, I know my scalp has psoriasis, I need to use this. Or, you just have to be educated when it comes to your hair and what you can and can't do. Those are things you want to tell the stylist as well. So I like to tell people when they come to Houston Weaves as well. I mean, I'm a stylist. I do know what I'm doing to the 10th power. But if you have input and suggestions, I'm very, very, very open to those. I do listen to my clients. I do listen to their wants, their needs, and I make sure that we work together as a team to get you the best style when you walk out. So, but yeah, basically I did have that on my mind because there's 2 calls today, 2 calls, where people said, yeah, the last lady, took out all my edges, or the braids were too tight, or all that needs to stop. Extensions are a protective style. They really are, if done right. So when you come in the chair, I'm going to make sure that your hair has moisture. I'm going to make sure that you have heat protectant. I'm going to make sure that you have some kind of lubricant on your scalp as well as inside of your hair, to where when you take down that hair, it's soft, it's natural, it's manageable. It's not just a pile of naps, you know what I mean? Not knots and all that. So that's what I wanted you guys pretty much to know in this video. But leave me comments and let me know some of your reasons why you would not wear a net, aside of not being able to get to your scalp. The netting I use is very movable. It's not hard, you're able to get in there if you want it to grease. And my braid patterns are simple as well. I have a series of braid patterns that I use, but they're all easy to where you as a client will be able to follow them and go ahead and grease each section or moisturize each section. Put a little, leave-in conditioner in a spray bottle, squirt that section. You're all right, Linda Mae. We're over here still working, slave, retired. But yeah, when you come to Houston Weaves, just know that little bit of information. I always get people who hang up in my face on a daily basis when they understand, they call, they're like, oh, how much do you charge? And I tell you my price, and it's, okay, click. I mean, it is what it is, but just know that you can buy $300 hair, but if you're paying $65 to get it installed, you are defeating the purpose. It doesn't make any sense. You probably won't have hair because you're dealing with somebody who thinks less of their work, less of themselves. That's why they're charging $65 for a sew-in. When you know more, you charge more.
I have a question. What I've seen...
You have to turn the camera to yourself if you ask a question.
Sure. What I've seen is...
To yourself, boo-boo.
I've seen people that are getting installations and they're like raking, combing. How would you say that they should comb their hair? Maybe that's another thing that can help them with that, because you can't. I'm sure you can't just comb an installation like you would comb your regular hair, right?
Well, half and half for that one. When you come to Houston Weaves, that's why we use the net. You can go ahead and comb this style and not have to worry about pulling hairs out of your braids. People don't understand that when you're combing this weave. First of all, if you have to comb and rake like that, it's probably because you've gotten a bad bag of hair. So usually with the good hair, you don't have to fool with all that. But if by chance you do get a good bag of hair and you're just one of those people who loves to comb their hair, loves to rake in it or whatever, that net is there to protect your hair from all that combing and raking. When you do not have the net, you end up with short and long hairs is what I call it. Short hairs in between the long hairs that have survived your combing and raking. So, another reason why the net is good, so. Any more questions to me, Dan?
When I, like if I had a weave and I wanted to do like a wake up in the morning, comb it, hit the little flat iron areas or whatever, would I still use like an oil sheen or a shiner or something?
Stop this, people. Stop this. Usually, like I said, once again, extensions are something that as we grow, as we do more, as we learn, we find going the cheap route is not a good route. It's not good for you in many, many, many ways. So once you get that good hair, it'll keep the sheen, it'll keep the shine. It does not need a lot of products. Oil sheen is definitely the last thing on earth you should be picking up when you have an installation, because all that grease and oil is just sitting on top of your hair. Yeah, it may look shiny for a couple seconds, but once it settles, you have heavy, thick, sticky, greasy, funky, nasty hair. You want to make sure that it's just light. That you want this thing to move. You want it to stay free. You want it to last for as long as it can possibly last, and it will not last if you're continuously putting oils and heavy things on your hair. So you can wake up and go, but make sure you wrap it at night, because for the most part, I don't see a lot of people wrapping their installations. If you wrap it properly, you don't have to do anything in the morning but wake up. People always see my hair and they're like, oh, your hair's so cute. I want my hair like yours. What you don't understand is, for this, I put my hair in one twisted bun every night, and I take that sucker out and I roll. Okay, I don't do any flat ironing my entire extension wear. I don't do anything to it. And Simmy Dan can tell you because he calls it the wake up and go look. He says I wake up in the morning, shake my head, just come to work, which is absolutely correct.
But you know, and to vouch for the camera, I do it to give her a hard time. But for the most part, it's a joke that's like a contradiction, because I haven't seen a moment where she's come in and it actually looked like she had one of them nights where a slob was coming out the side of her mouth, and she just woke up and Bontinko was her real name. You know what I'm saying? It's never been one of those situations. So that I can say, even and not even as a stylist, as a man, seeing a woman's hair and seeing what a woman's hair could and should look like. So I do pride on that level.
Yeah, I don't like curls. I like the beach wave look. So that's what I go for. Braided at night and, you know, like huge braids. There's multiple things you can do to get different looks without picking up that flat iron. That flat iron, I wish it just would blow up or break or something at most people's houses, because they fry the hair to death. And I don't know where you guys have to be besides work next to 10 million brides who don't care either. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to make sure that you're not frying the hair. You're not trying to do too much. If you leave this hair alone, it'll work for you. You don't have to work for it. You don't have to make it do something. You know what I mean? If you don't have anywhere to go, just let it go. You know what I mean? Let those edges nap up. You see this? I don't care. Got a loose track in there somewhere too, but we're not going to talk about that. Yeah. But you can't see it, so I'm fine. You know what I mean? Don't put too much on it. You know, the whole purpose of extension wear is to make sure your hair gets a break, make sure your hair gets healthy, make sure you don't have any bald spots. Come to Houston Weaves. I'll show you how. I'll take my hair out in a minute and do like all blonde. It's about to be summer. I'm trying to be Beyonce-ish. So, and I have the hair to do it. Don't be fooled. So, leave comments. Let me know what you guys want to know. I'm going to try and put the hair type on my videos, because everybody has that question. What type of hair is that? What type of hair is that? I guess I'm not doing a good enough job, because everybody asks me that question about my clients, and I work with hundreds of different types of hair every day. So I will start posting more of what the hair is in my future videos. You ready to go, Miss Linda?
Linda's gone.
She cut out.
Linda's gone.
Okay. Well, I was looking for my sister, but she's gone. But okay, HoustonWeaves.com, HotQuaffs.com. Look at it. I'm gonna start posting more pictures. When you come in to get your hair done, ladies, wear your makeup, because you will be on YouTube or my website, one of the two. So don't come here and tell me, oh, makeup's not done. No, I want people to see you. I want them to see photos I took at a photo shoot 10 years ago. I want them to see current styles, current pictures of current women who come to Houston Weaves. So, thank you.